Hello everyone, I'm Jaideep Singh Chahal. This might look like a very promotional video, but I'm very happy to have something very interesting with me. So I think if you sum up the basic mods on a vehicle, especially overlanding or a 4x4, the first modification is always wheels and tires, the suspension, and topping that list again in the top three is always auxiliary lights. So I think any build is incomplete without a nice, cool set of lights. Especially when you're traveling, overlanding, you need to have a nice, powerful set of lights. Lights on the road or off the road are equal to confidence that you will have. So I think nothing beats a nice set of lights on a vehicle. So I'm somebody who's been always very conscious about what lights we use or where we use them. You might see that all the builds have tons of lights in them, but they are supposed to be used only where they should be. Lights are not meant to bother others on the road or give them discomfort with the glare. So I think this next to me, this in front of me, is probably the epitome of innovation when it comes to lighting technology. So this is the Diode Dynamics Stage Series SS3 pods. I think pods do not get more advanced than these. The main point that I want to highlight is that there are a lot of people who ask me very often that if I install a set of lights, is it going to bother others on the road? Very common question. So actually all the lights that we use, if you read the fine print, they used to have an instruction written on them which used to say that these are not meant for road use, these are not road legal, because they were all sold under the banner of off-roading lights. All popular lights that you might see today are actually meant to be off-road lights. The glare from those lights is such that you cannot really use them on the road. Rather, you should not be using them on the road when you have people coming from the opposite side. Off-road overlanding, when there's no traffic coming towards you, you can 100% do that, not a problem at all. So what I would like to highlight about these lights is that the Diode Dynamics lights are SAE compliant. SAE means the Society for Automotive Engineers. So these lights basically are legal to be used on the road. These are road legal lights which you can use. And of course, this brand, I know a lot of people might not have heard about it, but once you get to researching and Googling about it, you'll get to know that this is up there in probably the top 2 or 3 brands in the world. And we're lucky to have them now available in India. So for anybody who is conscious, who cares for others on the road and wants good solid lighting, I think these are the ultimate choice. You know how they say, for people who want to see but not be seen, because the cheap Chinese lights, or the cheaper the light or the poorer the output, more glare it will have, because that general sense of gauging a light by looking into the lens is actually not a wise idea at all. The actual lighting comes from the spread and the way it highlights your surroundings. So normally we were used to seeing spot beams, spread beams, or a combo. That's it. Now Diode Dynamics actually has 5 and not 3. So they've got a high beam, which is a driving beam. They've got a flood. They've got a spot and a combo. So that makes total 5 combinations, and a fog as well. So I'll quickly show you. Like, this is a spot. So the pods are amazing quality. As you can see, you cannot really see any reflector. So that is one of their patented techs, that it has the TIR tech, which is total internal reflection. So you don't really see a reflector. All the light is diverted. Very cool looking. The heat sink looks like pencils that we used to use in KG in junior school. Then this is the combo. So if we place it like this, we'll get a very good idea. The full clear focused light, which looks like a lens, is the spot. This is the combo. A combo has a mix of driving. So if you see these lens lines on the top, these are the driving lights, these are the driving lens, and this is the spread. So this is a spread and a driving combo. So there's a slight difference in the lens. So the entire innovation with this brand is in the quality of the lens. And this is their so-called baby monster. This is the most powerful fog light in the world. All of these lights are available in amber and, you know, clear white filters as well. Very, very powerful. The same set we had on the Thar that we recently did. So there are two more combinations. There's a high beam driving and there's a flood pattern. So flood pattern will look pretty much like this. All of it will be like this. The driving will pretty much be, all of it will be like this. So all four lens will be like that. It won't be a combo. What I would like to highlight is those, all of these will suit your application depending on where you want to fit them, how you want to fit them, where you want to use them. Big variation, and the throw, it really varies. They come with a set of standard hardware. You've got your bolts, you've got your pigtail connectors, you've got mounts, and of course you've got filters. This is the amber filter, this is the rock guard or the black cover, which is very essential for India. Another cool feature which really makes these lights stand out is that they have something called as a smoked filter, which when placed is going to look like as if the light is covered, like a black cover like this one, which is pretty essential for a lot of places in India. But you can use the light in that with a reduction in output by 15%, but your lights are available at the flip of a switch. So what generally happens with auxiliary lights is everybody who's conscious, they want to keep them covered in the day. But sometimes when you're on the road, suddenly if you need the lights, you'll have to jump out of the vehicle, pull the cover or the rock guard or the cover off, and then you're able to use the light. With the smoked filter feature that comes with these lights, all you need to do is turn the switch on. You will lose 15% of light output, but you save the trouble of going out, pulling the cover off and coming back in and then using the light. So we'll be using these on a lot of future builds. For anybody who's conscious and really wants something which is legal in the right perspective, I know in India there's not much scrutiny on what type of lights you're using. If they don't like your lights, they're just going to take them off like it is happening in Himachal. But otherwise, for anyone who's mindful of how others feel on the road, I think there is no better option than these. So this is where the range for Diode Dynamics starts. This is the stage series SS1. These are the two options in SS1. This is the spot with the clear lens. And this is the flood with the dimpled lens. So this will give you a very, very mild and a very widespread illumination. This will give you a very focused throw. And this is the SS2. So this is the SS2 in flood. This has come in for a vehicle for scene lighting on the side. On the back, all of them have the pin fin heatsink. Very cool looking lights. And the best part is all of these lights have an 8-year warranty. So I think that is the maximum I've ever heard or seen on a set of lights. So if there's an application where there's lack of space, this is barely 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. This is 2 inches, which is roughly 6.5, 7 by 4 centimeters. So if you have a very, very small area where you need to have powerful lighting, these are very, very appropriate. The wiring kits are super solid, heavy, powerful wiring kits. There are top of the line splitters available. So lighting is as good as its weakest link. So rather than going in for a cheap, I would say, run-of-the-mill wiring kit, if we can go for top of the line stuff, then it really justifies the use case as well. So filters, this is a rock guard. All of them have the same smoked, clear, amber and the black rock guard. And now we come to my favorite light pod. I think this is the best offering from Diode Dynamics. This is their largest sized light pod. Uh, this is the SS5 Pro. I wish you could feel how solidly this thing is built. So this is in a combo lens type. You can see spread on the top, driving in the middle, again spread at the bottom. So this, for its size, is the most powerful 5-inch pod in the world. So a pair will roughly give you 10,000 lumens of output. Again, I would love to specify one thing. Lumens is just for snob value. The actual player, the actual king is the optics. The way that light is being directed, and is it being directed in the right direction? And of course, another thing which really matters is you see these huge air dams, this heat sink. So the heat sink is what really helps to keep the light cold or keep the light cool at its running temperature. LEDs of this high output, actually what happens is, under prolonged usage, a low quality LED light is going to lose the amount of light it can produce. So the lumens that we see, they're actually, they're actually being produced under lab conditions and not under prolonged usage. So 10,000 lumens from a 5-inch pod, I think it is phenomenal. We are going to use these on multiple builds now. And the coolest bit is, if you can see these holes, you will see that they have threads inside. So these lights have something which is called as a crosslink. So when placed like this, there is a mount that can go in between. You can buy that mount separately, and we can interlink up to 4, 6, 8, 10 of these. We can even give them a curvature. You know how those cool builds abroad where you see people are running multiple, and people are running an array of lights. These are those lights, and that technology is called the crosslink. So you can interlink them, space them out. You can place them like this. You can give a degree taper, and you can get a nice cool curve towards the side. These have really solid snap-on covers. Again, these will also have the smoked filter, the amber filter, or the clear rock guard. All of those options are available, and very powerful lights. We'll try to record some of the videos once we install these on a vehicle, leveled out, and during testing. But I think these lights are not going to disappoint.